Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Ace Azure, bringing you another video. This one I was going through the new units that are just released after patch, and I'll be going to Adventure and seeing if I can farm it at all, and I'll be explaining, any tips and tricks that I have along the way. So let's go through it all. I'll start. We also have notably the Daisy and Yuri remake. So let's go over those first. First of all, Yuri. It's not that much. She just gets a revive, but it's actually really huge. Once she's really stacked up with a lot of health items, and then if she revives, then yeah, like you see a brand new Yuri, 100% HP, and she can use both her skills again. So it's pretty devastating, and I really like the remake since before the remake, she's obviously a worse ace, and now she's actually comes kind of close to ace. Like you sort of have a new niche for it. So I really like where this was going. It's it's copied off Korea, but yeah, it certainly makes it a lot more viable now and definitely usable if you don't have a high level ace. So also note that she's really good against Yuri and Nia's obviously. So like Ace doesn't damage Yuri's and Nia, but Yuri does. So that's a really distinct advantage that she has. Also, she can remove buffs, like Rudy buffs, and yeah, just kill clones straight up. Like the new hero, the Bruce Lee's new the new passive from him, like undead units, it'll kill that straight away, just like Ace would. So that's something all I have to say about Yuri so far. And for Daisy, she's got a totally new remake, and to be frank, I love this remake. It just looks and sounds awesome as well, but I don't really like her voice on global. But I really love how they did the new remake and animations, etc. Yeah, she's like the sister of Ace, and I think she really deserves this remake to make her viable. But some people have gone a bit too far and say that she's OP or like Wukong. No, I think it's a very balanced remake. So you see how the passive has similar value to Miming. You see it's 40% magic attack and immune to all damage by 2 turns. And then if you look at Miming, you sort of see how it's like similar value. So like increased block rate of all allies and mag, that's like similar, and so they have the same really good top tier passive. With Daisy's, hers would there's gonna be heroes a release that's gonna be better. They're going to be Noho, Yuxing, and Chozian. So they all have a better mag passive than Daisy, but it's a really good right now as it is. And for the this move, attack for enemies with 100% magic attack, it's anti-soy, and this defense reduction is going to be like raise bleed, so it's gonna proc 90% of the time. It's a really high proc rate, and it's going to stack on top of Ace's or Yuri's passive. That's gonna make your units amplify their damage. So it is a really good skill if she gets it off. But like with all skills that actives like some sort of passive, it's not going to always work, guys. So I mean, you wouldn't rely on it. It's just like, you wouldn't really want to bring a succubus to arena, because if she always did her skill first, like her succubus to reduce their damage and defense skill first, man, she'll be really good in arena, but that's not all. That's not the case, guys. Like, I mean, the succubus won't always use her debuff skill, so you can't count on it. Is what I mean. And this dance fan, like this skill, yeah, it's a reliable nuke and it's got really good damage, anti-soy. So, but it's not piercing. So that's like one of the reasons why it's still not that good as a backliner, and it doesn't remove buffs, or reduce buffs, which is really key in this meta. And you got so many cancel units that, yeah, it's better because she's mag, so she's gonna hit Ruris and Niers and things that are vulnerable to mag, but it still won't hit Delans and Miming, which is pretty key as well. So, with the first attack, Dancing Fam, it's a really strong attack. Like, a lot of people are saying it's like, Wukong's on crack. And I think that's just overhyping it. Sure, it's going to kill one unit, but it's not threatening, I feel. Because with Wukong, if you just kill one unit, that's alright. Because, like, if I have a Re, I can, like kill 5 of you guys at the same time. I don't, I don't care about one of my guys dying. Why should you care if someone kills you, one of your units, and then your Re comes in, just like one-shots the whole team? Like, or, like 5-man pierce. That's dangerous, But 1-man pierce? No. But the reason why it's so good on Wukong is because when you kill Wukong, he's gonna revive. Like, he's gonna have 5 clones, maybe, with that move, if he's the last one standing. And then you will see it's dangerous, because by the time that Wukong is dead, your team probably has like only 3 or 4 people remaining, and then Wukong comes in, uses one of them, or even 2 people. So Wukong comes in, uses one of those moves, like, your team's pretty much down to 1 guy left, and he's still got like 5 clones to deal with. So that's why, what I'm talking about is that when it gets to later game, the 1-man nukes is really gonna count. And Wukong can last a long time. He's dead, so he comes up with clones. So, yeah, he's gonna kick your ass, basically, was what I mean. With the 1-man nukes. But not so much, like, when it comes to early game. Yeah, you don't really care much if one of your guys dies. Like, when you can just kill all of them. All of your opponents, So, that's what I mean. It's not like, it's not that I don't think, Daisy is OP. I think Daisy is really balanced, and, yeah, it's just really balanced, and it's a really good remake, in my opinion, because she's balanced. So, to those people, like, Wukong is definitely still better than Daisy. Like, it's not a fair comparison to compare, like a World 10 Emperor, World 10 Lord to like a revamped hero that's like S tier, but I think she's in S tier anyway. But Wukong's just in like freaking broken tier right now. He's just out of control. Everyone's using him like in the top arena. So there's no way there's a similar comparison. I think Daisy can be now used with her as a backliner is still decent, because she's got a lot of magic attack now, and this is going to be buffed by itself. So yeah, that's my thoughts on her. So now let's go to the new heroes. We can just skip this guy because he's utterly trash, but it's good to note that he's sort of a nuisance to deal with in the adventure, simply because of reduce all damage. So piercing will be awesome against him, and increases counter rate and attacks free enemies. It's sort of weird because like he has a move that makes him immune to physical for some reason. It could be worded wrong. So I think one of the moves is actually, this move is actually not counter rate. It's probably like immune to, it might be counter rate, but it's like immune to physical for 2 turns, I think, because I couldn't damage him in in Adventure. But do skip this guy, he's not that good. Next is Lingling. So Lingling looks like Chun-Li, like a blonde version of Chun-Li, which is awesome. I love my blonde girls dressed in Chinese clothes. It's just so cool and kinky for me. So when enemy dies, all allies become immune to debuff for 2 turns. So basically like Spike, every time something dies. So it's semi-reliable. So it's sort of like Chris, but you gotta kill something for it to activate. And then attack 3 enemies with 140% magical attack. So, and then decrease the magical and physical attack by 40%. So it's sort of like Rachel. It's sort of like a better Rachel for this move. Like, not a better Rachel, but like a cool like a half Rachel move. That's going to AoE decrease. This is actually a really solid move. And just for this move alone, she is like worth to invest in, I would say. Because this move is actually insane. Like, it's really good for it's really good utility for tower, really good utility for adventure, and even in arena. Like, I wouldn't mind using this because it does so much damage. Like 3-man AoE with 100%, 140% magic attack. And it's going to synergize really well with those later mag buffers, and even Daisy is going to synergize really well with that. You can even use her as a backliner because of this move. And then let's see the front move. So this is pretty good as well. 500. It's like a Jin, and obviously it's better because it's not physical. Physical is going to be, you know, dead to those Ruris, and yeah, as I mentioned earlier. So mag is actually like, it actually pierces through more units, if that makes sense at all. And 500%, yeah, that's pretty much a kill if it doesn't have like a immune to anything. So I would say, yeah, this unit's actually really good, and should build her up if you don't have a Spike high level, and no one should really invest in Spike high level. So I mean, she's absolutely worth it. Great utility overall. Yeah, and really high stats, like high mag stats, and really good speed attack. So definitely 100% if you go with Lingling. Excellent unit. Like semi Rachel with 3-man Rachel debuff almost, you know. And then like Spike, wow, all rolled into one, you know. And then you have like a strong mag nuke. Now let's go to the next one. Malung. Okay, Malung. Immune to all attacks 2 turns. That's pretty good. Additionally, with each attack, decreases cooldown by 10 seconds. That's okay-ish. So each time you attack is gonna decrease cooldown and is immune for 2 turns. Okay. So another cancel unit. That's doesn't have that much great passive, but let's read the rest of his skills. Attack all enemies with 140% physical. Stun one or more target with certain rate. So stun. Okay, so basically this is a Jin. Yep, it's pretty much like a Jin. So skip it. Definitely skip it. But wow, let's see the stats. The stats are pretty high. Actually, it's not that good. So definitely skip that. Skip Musong. And now Bruce Lee. Okay, Bruce Lee is really solid, as everyone has said. So let's see if the hype is true. Upon death goes Berserk 3 turns before dying. Berserk is going to invincible, increase critical and counter. And then attack 5 enemies with 40% physical attack. Additionally reboot buffs. So this is a Wukong counter. So here's like the unit. If you really hate Wukong, you should really invest in him. Because once he dies, he goes really insane, counters so much, and then does so much damage. And then like once, you know, his 3 turns as well, which lasts longer than Wukong. And then he uses this move, and then, like you can imagine Wukong with all his clones, he just gets annihilated with this move alone. And 140% physical attack with this Berserk buff, yeah, it's gonna crit almost like always, unless they have block. And then that's going to really do a lot of damage. But it's the only problem is soy. So you got to take that into consideration. Nowadays soy is everywhere, and this is pretty crappy. Like 500%, yeah, it's like whatever's. So, man, I would suggest this hero, if you really hate Wukong, because he's like, what I think right now is that you would use him in a team that's going to drag the game out. So maybe in a tanky team or a gradual DPS team that's not like focusing on offensive masteries to maybe one shot everything, because you got to take into account that there's going to be soy, and this move is going to be useless against soy. And then this is only one target, and it's physical, and plus it's, you know, there's too many cancer units that's going to be immune, and this doesn't have any additional effects, so it's going to be a wasted turn most of the time. So why you want to drag the game out? So you simply have this unit, and your unit's tanky. So what happens is that your units, when the game goes on, their soy buff goes off, everything, you know, void shields, whatever, they all go off. Every buff goes off, and then like you imagine this guy, you know, dies all of a sudden because this is like your last unit remaining or whatever. And then what happens is that he's gonna do hell of a lot of damage to those units that are like without soy buff. He comes in and does this, and then it's like GG, you know. So this is what I see him good at, and he's very solid. Like 29 speed, that's pretty good as well. Really good stats. So it's a very solid unit if to invest in, simply because of what I said. Like when the game gets slowed down, and then when everything loses buffs, he's gonna come in and just whoop everyone's asses. I think that was most of it. So I'm going to go in there and show you the adventure. I've done most of it, all of it. So what I'm going to show you is how I farm it. So far I can farm this pretty well, with Ray, Eileen, Soy, Ace, and Aragon. And what I do is this. So first move this, and then the second turn I use this, and then I'll show you how that works. So speed attack is working against me. It's taking more valuable time than I would like. And then with this, I can one-shot everything. And then if I do one-shot everything, okay, it didn't one-shot everything because I didn't crit on Bruce Lee. That's why I use this, the Dagger Deluge. And then he's gonna revive. So I have an ace. So you can use like a Nia. You can use like a buff removal guy like Yuri. So you just gotta get rid of a buff. and then I can do this in like what, 50 seconds. That was probably 50 seconds. Let me show you if I create this level as well. Oh, so I guess I need lethal as well to finish him off. But I think I'm fine with that. So I mean 50 seconds is decent. Like I can just do this auto, so it's nice. But obviously when I get my re high enough, I would only need this nimble lethal blow, and then it will shorten that to 40 seconds only. Alright, I'll show you if I can do the 9-10 as well, farming it automatically, to see if I can do it. It's going to be a lot harder, and I probably can't do it without a crit, but I'll see. I like the lanterns as well, it's so cool. Oh my god, it's so good. Wow. That's sweet. Hopefully it's something good. Oh, it's an element. Okay. So you really need Soy here to negate one of his moves. Otherwise your guys are just dead. Oh, okay, I better turn that off because I want to kill him in time. So my Re needs like 36 to auto this level, I think, because you only get 3 moves in auto farm, and I needed 4 moves there. So I need level 36 Re, and I should be able to auto this, and it's really awesome, this map. I like 9-9 as well. It makes me want to drink some alcohol. So that's all there is to that. And then what was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna show you something else that I missed on the last few videos. So 9-5, when I'm farming this, I can actually bring a fodder. So for example, if I just bring like a happy, it's actually a lot more efficient. Like, because you get 2 rubies when you're farming ace as well. And you see, it's a lot of experience, so you shouldn't really waste it. Whoa. That freaking remake. Anyway. Yeah, so just a pro tip. And I think that's all there is. I hope you've enjoyed my take on the new meta. And I think I'm just going to do 1 arena to top it off. So in my arena, I've sort of replaced Ace with Miming. And I think it makes more sense. Because with Miming, the block rate is so good to have that, and he acts like a little tank for my Re. So I don't have any like really good tanks, so he's acting like a great shield, just in case if all my units dies and I have like some a backup unit basically, so I can really survive. He's basically like, imagine Gladius. It's basically like, the sort of the shield that fighter plane has in the front. So I love him for that. And I think I'm gonna invest a lot more into him. And once I have Delens over Aragon, I'm going to also have more of a shield, which is awesome. And they need anti-cancer themselves to own me. So I think that was all for this video. I hope my points have made sense, and if there's any that you don't agree on, any that you really enjoyed, feel free to let me know. And hope to see you on the next one. Laters, peace.